Downing various anti-aging elixirs and donning cloaks to hide their skin from the sun, a growing number of feminine men are trying to attain an undead state of eternal twinkhood. Just as women try to maintain their grasp on their girlhood throughout their lives, these men hold on to their boyhood with all their might in an attempt to maintain their status within their community and avoid becoming an outcast in society at large. With a strict regimen of anti-aging foods, complex skincare routines, and various supplements, some of these men claimed to have conquered aging, and in turn retained the privilege associated with being pale, thin, and wrinkle-free. But at what cost? Though trying to change your appearance to fit a beauty standard is advantageous to those who succeed, the societal prejudices that drive these efforts are harmful. Is it possible for us men to look out for ourselves without contributing to this very specific form of discrimination older feminine men face? Hi, I'm Robert Tolpe, and it's about time we talk about fearing twink death. Firstly, let me make myself clear that the solution to fixing these trends I'm seeing is not necessarily telling people what to do. Besides, it's rather fruitless to police people's fashion, skincare, and nutritional choices, prescribing them the habits we think are best, as what works for us might not work for others. Therefore, our job is to take care of our own issues and be our own policemen, questioning every move we make to see if we're being some kind of ist, partaking in some ism or phobia. It's not fun, but it is critical. Just as critical as keeping yourself safe from those trying to compromise your credit or bank accounts using your leaked phone number. I get so many weird texts trying to scam me, and the reason I likely get them is because big companies can't keep our data safe. To protect myself, I use Aura, the sponsor of this video, especially because data breaches happen all the time. AT&T recently announced that all their customers' call and text records had been exposed in a massive data breach. Even if you weren't one of the over 70 million users whose social security numbers were leaked on the dark web as part of that breach, this is not good news. Anyone who has called or texted an AT&T number could be in the millions of records leaked, leaving them in a vulnerable situation. Using Aura can help protect yourself. They will alert me if my phone number or other sensitive info has been compromised and send me fast fraud alerts if anyone tries to use that info to access my credit or bank accounts. Aura has more than just those features. It has transaction monitoring, a VPN, antivirus, password manager, parental controls if you have a family, and even identity theft insurance. I have access to all that in one app at an affordable price. I can also get their AI-powered call assistant that picks up unknown calls on my behalf, screening them using AI for spam or scams. The AI forwards legitimate calls to me so I don't miss appointments, deliveries, and emergencies. It also protects me from harmful text messages by filtering out known spam numbers and scanning links in texts for phishing threats. I'm not leaving myself vulnerable to data breaches, and if you don't want to either, go to aura.com/Robert Tolpe to try your first 2 weeks for free. That link is in the description below. Anyway, society is terrible, and there isn't much that we can do about it besides scrutinizing the motives behind our decisions, as we can't effectively police others' decisions. Sometimes, though, people who live their lives on social media can make very public decisions with effects so harmful that it's hard for us to keep our 2 cents about them to ourselves. Brandon Miles May is an influencer who looks 19 and claims to be in his 30s. He appears to have conquered twink death through his anti-aging lifestyle, flaunting his miracle products, protective clothes, and superfoods as part of an unsettling spectacle surrounding his looks. People have outright called him a liar, and I see why. If you're hypothetically 19 and want to make a lot of money in commissions, you could say that you're 34 and a half and that the products on your Amazon storefront wound back the hands of time. Though I'd wager the man still has a a current vertical driver's license, I wouldn't bet my life on it and become a crazed Brandon May birther. I would really like to see the long form birth certificate, but that's none of my business, and it is within the realm of possibility that he's telling the truth. The controversy surrounding his age has made him the center of discourse about anti-aging and the struggles of growing up as a feminine man. The people making astute comments about the situation, though, are in the minority. Most TikTok users call him a frail Victorian child and say that one sip of McDonald's Sprite could take him out, and he plays into this. His concerning behavior is all kind of a hee ha ha moment, but there's more to this than fun and games. Devoting every waking moment of your life to combating anti-aging is unhealthy. And if his TikToks are indeed an expression of his true behaviors and thoughts and not just satire and poor taste, he's engaging in a maladaptive pattern of thinking where his fear of aging controls his every move. It goes deeper than dressing like he's going to trek across the Gobi Desert just to stand in his backyard on a cloudy day. TikTok users have expressed their concern regarding his relationship with food, drawing ties to their own struggles with patterns of behavior that harmed their mental and physical health. Of course, you can't look at someone and diagnose them, but you can listen to their own descriptions of what food means to them.
Here's everything I'm eating for lunch today for the purposes of anti-aging. Here's everything I bought to eat this week for the purposes of anti-aging. Here's what I'm eating for dinner tonight for the purposes of anti-aging.
His reason to eat and buy groceries, according to him, is to not age, flat out. Nourishing his body is entirely incidental, assuming his words express his true feelings and aren't just a good hook for his video. The same thinking applies to what supplements he takes, what skincare products he uses, and what outfits he chooses to wear. It's easy for people to spin sound bites like that into an elaborate story they have no concrete evidence to back up, and I hope I'm not doing that. This can quickly transform into concern trolling, where people pile on someone like Brandon for the sake of hating, and that is counterproductive. In this specific situation, it's clear that attention of any kind is exactly what he wants. People can only be helped if they think they need help and are willing to accept it. And I don't think many of the influencers I've spoken about on this channel, including Brandon, would be receptive to my choice words about their actions. Not only am I not appraised of their situations, but I'm also not qualified to do anything else but provide my personal thoughts and opinions. Unfortunately, it can be hard to ignore people who have influence and have much discourse surrounding their unhealthy public image. We creators want to throw in our 2 cents, and I'd like to think discourse in this form serves a purpose other than pure entertainment or outright harassment. Brandon's anti-aging content gets views, and I want to articulate not only why it's harmful, but why I think this content exists in the first place. The primary issue with his videos is that they instruct people on how to live a deeply unhealthy life, with a mind fixated on stopping the clock. Considering that aging is natural and inevitable and can only be mitigated, not halted, this goal is unattainable. Though I doubt many people take Brandon's videos at face value, following every move he makes as if his TikToks are tutorials, even watching a few of his videos can implant thoughts in your head that are unhealthy. When you eat your favorite foods, you should be concerned with being sated. You should enjoy what you're eating and appreciate that food's role in keeping you healthy, or understand it may not be the healthiest thing to eat, but that's all right. Brandon's jargon-laden videos can outright destroy what I'd consider to be an ideal relationship with food. Instead of eating an apple here and there, you may suddenly find yourself driven to eat more apples than you otherwise would because of their antioxidant content, so you can protect yourself from the free radicals that are poised to turn you into a hag. Similarly, when you purchase clothing, you should be primarily concerned about whether you feel happy and comfortable wearing the clothes you buy. Prioritizing sun protection may be a part of your decisions, but not the sole reason why you wear the clothes you wear. Speaking of buying things, Brandon's Amazon storefront raises questions about his motives to post TikTok content. Are his videos merely informational, or is he selling us stuff? Though I'm sure he actually uses the items he has on his storefront, there's a financial incentive for him to potentially choose products based on what gets him the highest commission and not what he genuinely prefers to purchase. Moreover, we're kind of taking his word at face value when we assume the products on his Amazon storefront won't expose you to bodily harm, let alone fend off wrinkles. I'm not a specialist and can't speak on the safety and efficacy of any of the products he recommends, but I wouldn't personally take, for example, a mysterious green capsule filled with stinging nettle and quercetin, whatever that is, on his word. I'm wary of anyone who appears to be selling me youth in a bottle, as I know definitively that no such miracle product exists. The supplement industry is largely unregulated, and there have been many cases where people have ingested harmful substances in products they purchase from seemingly reputable sources. Even for those who aren't buying what he's selling, society has already sold us on the idea that youth is a valuable commodity that can be purchased in the first place. Through mythology, we are told of numerous ways in which we can attain eternal youth and beauty. Think of vampires who maintain their undead state by drinking the blood of young and healthy people. With such stories, we are primed to believe that a solution to that effect may be possible with the right product, or even just literally collecting people's young blood and pumping it into you. We were also taught our values through fairy tales, especially the Brothers Grimm classics, where being young and beautiful is always superior to being old and ugly. Recall the story of Snow White, where an orphan girl supplants her stepmother's position as being the fairest one of all by virtue of her youth and striking complexion. In such a tale, old age is not only associated with loss of status, but it is a symbol of wickedness. It's no wonder why young girls buy heavy-duty retinoids with their allowance to remove non-existent wrinkles and age spots from their faces. It's a cleansing ritual to ward off evil. I can't look into Brandon's mind and see his motivations for making his content beyond making money. He has admitted that he wants to maintain the frail Victorian boy look that people associate him with. Whether he is preserving his twink-like appearance out of some struggle with his position as a feminine presenting man, I cannot say. I can say that his social media content perfectly encapsulates this struggle, whether that's his intention or not. Many have come forward on TikTok drawing connections between their struggle with their appearance in their younger years and the lifestyle Brandon presents to us on social media. These struggles, which are widely talked about in a general sense but not often discussed in depth, are tied to a struggle we all know well: the gendered double standard of aging. Throughout history and across many cultures, women have protected themselves from the sun with parasols, used cosmetics containing toxic chemicals just to have fair and rosy skin, and downed elixirs in all forms of snake oil to appear youthful. In some cultures where women are socially obligated to partake in these rituals, the same cannot be said for men. In the West, this double standard is rather prominent, as Susan Sontag artfully put into words. For women, only one standard of female beauty is sanctioned: the girl. The great advantage men have is that our culture allows two standards of male beauty: the boy and the man. Essentially, women are not allowed to age and stay beautiful, and men are. The same wrinkles and salt and pepper hair that make older men golden bachelors make women old maids. Though men are permitted to age, the pressure for young men to stay young is especially strong for men who are more androgynous or feminine. I know this talking point has been run into the ground, but misogyny harms men too, especially any man who has visible attributes associated with womanhood. Unlike masculine men, feminine men must maintain their boyhood in a way similar to how women must attempt to maintain their girlhood in order to avoid discrimination. In the eyes of society, a youthful-looking feminine man is a harmless sissy, but an older-looking man with feminine qualities is seen as a pervert. On a personal note, I do fear how people's perceptions of me may change as I age, as a man with a feminine voice and mannerisms who has yet to develop wrinkles and age spots. I really don't do that much to take care of my skin unless I'm filming a video, but I see why some people in my position are doing skincare or going even further and getting filler, Botox, or treatments so expensive and experimental that I don't even know of them. You don't have to get back alley infusions of embalming fluid to fend off predator stereotypes, though. There are at least 2 other solutions to this dilemma. One solution is to mask up, be a bear or a daddy or literally any other category besides being an aging effeminate man. For lots of men, this isn't an option, and they instead embrace femininity at an old age. They become a fabulous queer or queer-coded elder. This is why seeing comments on my social media posts comparing me to Elton John gives me hope. I'm not going to change how I act, nor am I going to mummify myself. If that makes people compare me to Elton John, I will graciously accept that comparison and take it as a compliment. There is a way to find balance in your life between doing the rituals you feel are necessary to assimilate to a certain standard of beauty and maintaining your mental and physical health. For me, taking mysterious capsules, eating crazy diets, and dressing like the Invisible Man every time I step foot outside feel like activities that would throw off what little balance I have. My regimen of adult gummy vitamins, fast food, and forgetting to wear sunscreen is definitely not what I would recommend people do if they want to be both mentally and physically healthy. But I'm grateful that I, despite my issues, can live my life without a constant fear of the inevitable fact that I will grow old. If you're finding it difficult to change the patterns of thinking that are reducing your quality of life, it may be time to consider seeking professional help if you have access to it. After decades of careful research where professionals have been honing new techniques and finding new forms of treatment, it's pretty safe to say that in most cases, modern therapy and psychiatry work. They certainly don't work for everyone, but to be honest, mental health care saved my life, and because of that, I say you should spend at least a Google's worth of your time to see if you could potentially benefit from it. Anyway, I'm Robert Tolpe, and thank you to Aura for sponsoring this video. My link is in the description below, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I hope you have a good week. Bye-bye.